I was very judgy of David because I, in the privilege that I have, looking the way I do, being more femme, like I don't really have to explain myself, you know?
Yeah.
And so like I was just like, okay, in my head, David is way more mask and like all he has his partner that he loves hella, like all he has to do is just tell. I just didn't understand.
But does he love Hella?
Or is she a beard? I wrote beard when I
I
was
think,
thinking about
yeah, absolutely. Entirely. I don't think he loves her. I think he loves what I think again before he met Giovanni, I think he loved Hella for what she could do for him, how that looked. But I think I was actually more curious about David. Like, where did that shame come from? Especially in not wanting to talk to his father about what was going on and in trying to understand more. Like I ended up going back a couple of times to read like between dad and his aunt. Um, I think like where was the shame?
right,
Like
because it wasn't like a definitive moment in his life where someone said gay is bad.
right,
At least that he told us.
right. He had an interaction with Joey. There was some visceral response to that, to his first sexual interaction with a man, a boy, I guess. And then let everything, then everything else happened. But I was more curious, like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And granted, it doesn't excuse his behavior, towards other people, whether that was using Hella, I guess, trying Giovanni on, because that's also what it felt like. I don't think he loved him either.
He was totally trying
I
Giovanni.
think, like,
Like,
trying it
for
on, like,
real.
fuck
And
it, I'm
felt
already in
guilty
here.
about his
Yeah,
circumstance later. I don't think it was ever like Giovanni was his one true love.
no, not
I
at
think
all.
I think it was more so like, okay, maybe David's shame with his sexuality came from not seeing it. So like growing up, maybe he's only seen like men and women together. He's never seen men and men, or if he saw like same-sex couples, maybe it was only in the shadows.
Maybe. I'm trying to think about his response to women, because that's a lot of what he talks about. Like the way his aunt would talk about things, the picture of his mom in the living room and how her face, I guess, or the way that they would talk about her kind of control the room versus like this. I feel like he just felt this immense sense of lack towards his father or from his father for stuff.